So during their E3 Direct, Nintendo announced that Octopath Traveler would get a new demo, in which the first 3 hours of the full game are playable. You can pick any character you want to start as. You can start as any as the 8, and your save will transfer from this demo to the full game. I just want to talk really quick about my thoughts, especially in the presentation, which I think are some of the most impressive graphics and music that I've seen in a game recently. It really impacted me, and it was really, really well done. So first off, the graphics strike that balance between 90s nostalgia and modern graphics perfectly, in that it never feels outdated. It reminds you of Final Fantasy VI, Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger, all those games, but it doesn't remind you, or it doesn't feel like it came from that era. So it does a good job of reminding you of those good times without making you feel like you're playing a game from those old times. It's a perfect balance, and I love that about the graphics and art style that they went with. The soundtrack is some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard in a game, really. Yasunori Nishiki captured every character's personality perfectly, and every moment in the game is appropriated with a song that fits the feeling the story is trying to convey. Literally every moment feels like it should because of the music. Everything from bustling, exciting towns like Ripple-Tide to boss battles to intimate conversations between a main character and their best friend or family member. Everything feels correct. I really appreciate that about this game. Honestly, any game that has music this well done and well integrated into a story catches my attention and makes me want to continue to play. So I am so excited to continue to play Octopath Traveler for, if nothing else, the music. I want to hear every piece of music that Nishiki put into this game. It is so good. In my play experience, I started with Ophelia the Cleric. I just really connected with her character to start off with. I thought she was really interesting. I do think that this game is dropping the trope of religion being evil in JRPGs. And I really like that Ophelia's character is devoted to her church. But not only that, she's extremely devoted to her adopted family. I feel like that's what gives her character such good motivation. Her quest makes sense because it's all for her love for her sister, her adopted father, and as a sense of duty to her church, where it feels like most characters in games, it's just kind of like they're the chosen one and they're supposed to go on this quest. Ophelia chooses to do it, chooses to do an extremely hard thing out of love for her family, and I love that about her. It's interesting, her adopted sister Liana is actually this one that's supposed to go on this quest, and I feel like in any other JRPG, maybe not any other JRPG, but in most games, you would just be that main character. You would just be Liana. You'd be the one that's destined to go on this quest. You were born to do it. But in this game, Octopath Traveler, Ophelia chooses to take on this role so that her sister doesn't have to, so her sister can stay by her dying father's side. I really appreciate that. It's really touching and heartwarming, and it adds a lot to Ophelia's character rather than her just being the chosen one. It's perfect. Because Ophelia's character is so solid, it gives me a lot of hope for the other characters in the cast. I haven't seen all of them yet, but I feel like most of them are pretty well done. Their motivation is generally checked out. I appreciate the story in this game as well. So this game just kills it in presentation. Amazing graphical art style. Really, really good music. Some of the best music I've heard in a video game, potentially ever. And honestly, this music is so impactful to me. It's like playing Chrono Trigger for the first time, where that music was so different and exciting in a video game. This game has that same feeling of just every song matters. You feel the love that went into every single piece of music, every note, and it's just really well written. I'm really, really impressed by what went into all the music in this game. And I guess just to touch on, the battle system is extremely fluid and fun. You got a taste of it in the earlier demo that they released. I don't feel like nothing's really changed since then. I've gotten to use I got to use Ophelia's in-battle action and path action, which is to guide people and summon them into battle, which is really satisfying and fun. It's nice to have an extra character. I wish I could control their actions, because sometimes they have special attacks that they'll just do randomly, and sometimes I want them to do them every time. Like there's this knight guy that would really help in Ophelia's first boss, where his attack will break, is like his weakness and will break the boss's defenses. But Ophelia can't tell the guy what to do, so he'll just like attack sometimes. But I want him to do repeated strikes, so he hits him twice and breaks him quicker. And he like rarely does it, if ever, and it just makes the boss fight so much easier if he just does repeated strike over and over again, because the guy has like 6 defense and he has to break it. To break it takes a while. So I guess that moves into boosting. Boosting feels really good, it feels powerful, and it is like 100% necessary to use if you want to be proficient in battle. If you don't use the boosting system, which allows extra attacks and allows you to do extra damage when using magic attacks, then like, even simple encounters become a hassle. Like, you can, if you do it right, just like blow through simple encounters on the map, on the world map, and just destroy them. But if you get caught not having the right weakness or not figuring out the weakness quick enough, they can actually do some real damage to you. And the same goes for boss battles, especially. Boss battles can really jack you up if you aren't prepared with weaknesses and really focusing on that. So overall, the battle system is like not super complex and deep, but does such a good job of the things it does do that it's engaging and fun. And honestly, I'm not tired of it yet. I mean, I've only played it for a couple hours, but I don't see myself tiring of this battle system. I think it's really creative and fun. There is some character customization to be had in this game. I mean, everyone comes with their set class, but you will be able to change classes to some extent and learn new skills. After each battle, you earn job points, very much in the vein of like Bravely Default, Bravely Second, even Final Fantasy Tactics. And these points can be used to learn new command skills, and once you learn so many command skills, you can learn a passive skill as well, and you can equip passive skills. And I think the real customization is going to come into play when you equip passive skills from different classes that you've learned over the course of the game. And I guess then I think you'll also be able to, I didn't get to see it in the demo, not for sure how it's going to work, but I imagine you'll be able to have 2 sets of command skill lists. So like if you have, if you're a cleric, maybe also a scholar and have like white and black magic ready to go. And I think that'll be really interesting to see how that all plays together, especially considering there's 8 different classes and how they all work. Or maybe you'll unlock new classes, that'd be really cool as well, we'll see. But overall, Octopath Traveler is shaping to be an amazing experience, and I really cannot wait to play through the full game. And comment with your thoughts on the demo if you played it, and who did you start with? I'm really curious who other people are starting with. Again, I started with Ophelia. I really connected with her character just from the outset, and I want to hear your thoughts. Alright, thanks for listening, guys. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. Share with people, that really helps out. Share this video if you can, and have a wonderful day.